if we ever get past the white screen. There we go.
That was an interesting decision from OBS, but here we go. We are going to have Govid here on the player 1 side with Cinnamon on the player 2 side. Millia versus Kiske. Definitely an interesting matchup to start the day off.
Yeah, definitely. I think, Kai has all of the resources necessary to try to shut her down, being like a fairly traditional zoner. Shoto. But what I always say about Millia is that her biggest problem in this game is that it takes her 5 or 6 plus hits to do what most of the rest of the cast could do in like 3. Smoked by the left, right a little bit, but nothing really comes of it. And look at how little health Govid has left. But this is still... Oh wow. My god, you're still alive?
That still didn't kill. Man, the overdrives coming out of Millia are something else when it comes to damage. Because Kai doesn't even have that great of guts either. So that wasn't a lot of damage just flat out. The command dash into the throw, though, sets up another disc mix.
Okay, just spends the burst, doesn't want to deal with the mix-up. I feel like you were almost out at that point, too. It feels a little bit aggressive to burst in that spot, but now you have to sort of contend with this. We've seen no Vapor Thrust coming out of Govid at all. We are going to be alive after this, but one more disc mix-up. We are able to block it. YRC keeps us going, get the throw started. Best grappler in the game.
Yeah, definitely crushing the dreams of the perfect right there, but ending up getting clapped by that projectile. Definitely got to keep an eye on those. So, game 1 going over there to Cinnamon. And the Millia is looking pretty good, I gotta say. It's interesting sometimes when we get these Millia players to come through, and sometimes they don't look like they have the disc miss going on, but this one seems to have it a little bit.
Yeah, you know what else we have is we have up there on the screen for you a flyer for the Treehouse. Kick your feet up, you're home now. Grand Blue, Guilty Gear Rev 2, and Persona 4 Ultimax hitting you on the dates on your screen. Show some love if those are your games to our good friend Treefolio over twitch.tv/Treefolio. Usually runs our second stream on our Wednesday nights, so if the name sounds familiar from hanging around in the Casa circles, it's because he shows us some love, giving us a hand. We're going to show him some love. I would talk more about how much I love Persona 4 Ultimax when we are done with this set, as Govid gets the starter here that we have not seen so far in that last round. And look at that. 2 hits, 55% life.
Yeah, it is tough being a Millia main sometimes, but they still stick it out. Although some of them have changed over. I know a local here in New England has taken over to Testament, but here we have Cinnamon getting those makes. There's that Vapor Thrust you were looking for, Brad. First time, 100% success rate.
Yeah, Cinnamon at this point, it seems like, yes, they are in fact just going to take the throw, save the burst for the next round. A clean round there for Govid, who I think it seems like the big thing is going to be making sure that they are not put on the back foot, because while I talk ill of Millia's damage output, her mix-up game is incredibly impressive. That's why I spoke to, like, I wish Govid was using the Vapor Thrust, right? You have an invincible reversal that's not tied to your tension gauge. So you have a tool here that can be used. Damn, full charge 5D? We got plenty of damage here. You can ride the lightning in the air, right? But I guess not after the D. So we're going to see another tap 5D. We had the tension in the back. We had both. There was going to be a red RC after that. Govid running away with that, just like you can run away with some fantastic CasaBunch merch. Free shipping for all orders over $100, and I know Bunch has made no secret that some of these designs might not last that much longer. We did have a tendency in the past of cycling designs out seasonally, so if there's something you like, make sure you grab it. And if there's a player you like, let us know in the chat. Govid and Cinnamon opening up this tournament 1 game apiece.
So, the online local coming through and saying, I always hear Brad say, I wish I could play Millia, she's so cool. Now, here's the problem with that. Brad doesn't like letting other people enjoy things, so he plays Zato.
This is true. And if I was not playing Zato, it would be Testament, where the difference is you still can't enjoy things, but now I'm doing it from 3/4 screen.
Millia, much too close for Brad's liking. Hates being near the opponent, doesn't want anything to do with that, and now...
I mean, what? Am I going to get in game 0 against some sweaty gamers? Absolutely not. What a Vapor Thrust from Govid. Cinnamon does spend the Gold Burst. That's plenty of resources. Has to use the PRC to keep himself safe on the whiff. Far Slash, you can see Govid really trying to control the space between Air Fireball and Air JH out of the I-80 back. Zoning really effectively. Cinnamon has no resources. Is Govid going to spend the burst? No, they're going to choose to die.
Yeah, that was a really tough situation for them. They ended up getting mixed up by the command dash there. They threw out the 6P, but it auto-corrected to the opposite side, so it wasn't able to get anything done for them. And here they go, getting hit by that projectile right away. Good damage, already breaking the wall. No, goes for some really odd mix, actually.
Oh, what spacing on that 2K actually managed to sort of low profile underneath the JH that was coming out from Govid. I think one of the difficulties Govid is having is the range that they're trying to control the space. Cinnamon is doing okay at trying to navigate around it. Govid's playing really defensively. Nice blue RC to try to make some stuff happen. Getting this corner position. We're not going to have the tension in the back, so it's one more touch. 2K, 2D. We still don't have the tension. We needed a longer combo route, and it's not going to happen. Govid, oh my god, just catching on everything. Oof.
Just closing it out there right at the end with the Capel. Just like you guys can close out this Matcherino, there's still those codes available. Exclamation point Matcherino in the chat. We'll take you over there. All you got to do is log in with any account at all, and click claim code. Coincidentally, I had signed in and forgot to click claim code. So there you go. You can see it on your screen. I popped up. But here we go, heading into game number 4, where we see Cinnamon with a 2-0 lead.
All right, no, I'm sorry, 2-1.
2-1.
Yeah,
sorry.
Govid was able to take game 2 in that set there, but, you know, game 3, Cinnamon was able to thread the needle a little bit. I think they found the answers to some of the ways that Govid was controlling space. And these 2K choices from Cinnamon, where they're sticking out 2K a lot more actively as a defensive choice to zone out Govid as they try to, you know, get into range 0. Working out super well. Love that PRC to try to keep Cinnamon down into the corner.
Yeah, I mean, these combo routes are really strong here from Govid. If only they could get the hit. They locked him down for a really, really long time, ended up not getting a whole lot out of it, and now they're having to deal with the mix that is Millia, getting caught by the command cross-up dash and the overdrive, and one last throw. Set point now here for Cinnamon.
What I loved about that had like all the shades of some classic Guilty Gear stuff, where you had to dash in, FD to stall the momentum so that you can come out of it in order to do the throw. Not something that I feel like we see a lot in Strive, just by virtue of the fact that the throw input is different, but that's one of those moments where it's like, if you know to look for it, suddenly it's like, oh, that's a very classical thing. It may have been, but I don't imagine so.
You mistimed the meaty projectile to bait out the next hit? Maybe that is just super big-brained, but either way, trapped up against the wall. Again, no overdrive this time. I imagine they're saving it for a tricky BRC, or even a red RC confirm. Not going to get it, though.
Right? Managed to stave off set point for at least one round there, did Govid. We have burst on both sides available. How far is Cinnamon going to have to press this? Smoked by the JH there once again. And we keep having to go into the sort of the hair pokes in order to try to keep ourselves safe here to Cinnamon. But we find the starter. We're able to press the issue. I have to imagine that was supposed to be a disc, but it just didn't come out right from Cinnamon. PRC forward, we get the counter hit 2K, and now Govid is in the driver's seat, but wanted the charge 5D, was a little bit too far away. I think maybe they thought...
Gets a little bit of a sequence here, setting him up against the wall. Disc, successful that time. The gold burst from nowhere! What are you doing, Govid?
Oh no, that could have been a huge whiff punish on the hair poke. Life is barely even, but the 6P comes out for Cinnamon. We're not going to have the resources available, but one more touch, 2K, 2D. No, it does. It needs to be even more, but the cross-up is going to connect. Cinnamon is going to close it out. The tricky stuff. It doesn't matter how many hits it takes.
With the Baiken. So this is one of those matchups that both players kind of hate to play for different reasons.
Yeah, I can believe that, because I think Baiken does a really good job of, you know, controlling the match, being able to be really active and pester you. When she is on the back foot, you have to sort of contend with what the hell?
That was I believe it was actually it wasn't a Yozansen, because there was no purple slash. I don't know what that actually was, but the burst immediately afterwards had to have been a miss input, and yeah, Goldlewis will kill you for that 1,000 times out of 1,000. This is
nice.
Just
what? Pick up there from Goldlewis. Jesus Christ! These interactions on these hitboxes right now for LoLo looking like I swear it's like LoLo's Goldlewis is in the Pentagon reading ITH's inputs, but ITH has plenty of damage here. How far are we going to press the issue? Gets the throw and the tether. What's the mix-up going to be? Another throw into another tether as we do same side with the tatami this time and close out the round with so little health, but it was exactly what we needed. LoLo is going to have burst back in very short order for this round, though.
That one round was kind of the epitome of why both players hate this matchup, right? Like, Baiken was just getting trashed because everything was connecting. Every behemoth just sending you into another combo. Here we see it again, landing on the drone. And then the end of the round was Baiken just guessing right every single time and an advantage the entire round. And that is going to be LoLo taking game 1.
Yeah, that was really dominant for the 2 rounds that they did win, right? And you had said at the top, this is a matchup that, you know, you associate both players, or both characters, players rather, really disliking. And I can see why that would be, right? Because it's very clear that once Goldlewis gets started, it's very hard for Baiken to sort of get back into that zone on the screen that she wants to be playing out of. It seems like it's a very momentum-heavy matchup where neither one of them has the best tools to stall that momentum outside of, you know, making a big read on, say, a reversal overdrive or a parry.
Nice little round start here coming in from ITH. Getting the knockdown and the tether early on is a huge advantage here. We got bombos coming through too. Oh man.
Alright, stayed same side with the tatami that time. Yeah, no reason to spend your burst. You're gonna die with it. The perfect comes out there for ITH.
The range is really kind of tough for Baiken sometimes too. You can see how when they're at the kind of longest stretch of range, there's not really much they can throw out there that, you know, Goldlewis can't take advantage of. Huge burst beat. We had a whole second to stare and wait for that burst to come out.
Wow, did he YRC and then do a 2H? Oh my god, the pickup off the anti-air. That's been such a big thing here for LoLo. I think so much of Baiken's game ends up being related to the way that she approaches from the air. There's a lot of like IAD into limb and stuff like that you'll see, especially when they can't compete on the ground, and Goldlewis definitely has the reach advantage here when he has initiative. But LoLo's placement of the anti-airs has been great. But ITH has that momentum going right now. The tethers are applied, but you can see LoLo recognizing the reapplication of the tether has a gap that you need to check for it. And now ITH getting smoked out as they try to take their own turn back. Smoked by the anti-air again, right into the overdrive. You're dead.
I didn't know that was going to kill. I honestly didn't even know if that was going to link together, but it certainly did, crushing the health bar there. Game 2 now here for LoLo, but this has been pretty tight the whole way through. Both games going to round 3, and I like that you pointed out the gap in the Kabari there, Brad, because it's one of those things where a lot of people weren't really ever using the S-Kabari because of how slow the startup was. Even though it gave you the tether and it was plus on block, it still started up slow enough that you could get interrupted, so it was used very sparingly. That's why you see the H-Kabari so often. And we saw LoLo there recognize the difference.
Right, and I think that's the thing, and I've had this conversation with Baiken players where it's like, oh, you know, one Kabari, the respect of one Kabari is what opens up the other, right? Like, you obviously want for the tether as sort of part of the tools of your win condition, but the other Kabari is the one that makes them respect the gap. Oh my god, calling down the orbital laser, looking like Gears of War. No, you're absolutely smoked.
Yeah, it's always tough because it's another one of those, you know, abilities that just doesn't go away on hit. You got to be so cognizant of it the entire time you're trying to combo through, but gets a throw into the drone. Wake up 2P coming out from Baiken, combos it into the Yozansen, and here we go.
Right, but that could be the start of a turnaround here. That Kabari choice out of ITH is looking like such a big change, because what's happening is I think LoLo is recognizing that there is a spot on the screen where the spacing of it is that it is harder for LoLo to challenge the S-Kabari and the tether application.
Oopsie. All that, and you're already down below half HP, going for the reversal overdrive here. And the reversal! You're dead! Not dead, but you're dead. You're kind of dead. Next hit, Chipp is a huge factor against Goldlewis, and the life bar is depleted.
Oh my goodness. Well, that is set point here for LoLo, trying to win on the LoLo with the 3-0. Wants to move forward as quick as possible. Time is money for the DOD, but you still got to deal with that Kabari. What's it going to be? Has to spin the burst in order to reset back to neutral, sending out the drone.
Hello? The farthest of Yozanson's connecting. Taking him for a ride.
The Kabari's, oh my god, another big reversal, but I wonder if that was baited this time. Yes, LoLo has finally recognized, or I'm sorry, ITH has recognized that LoLo is going for these bigger swings in the sort of more straightforward offense out of ITH. But I think now with us at 2-1 in this best of 5 set, ITH can recognize, like, okay, I've built some patterns. They're reacting to the patterns. Now I can start to build layer 2. And if that's what we see, then that's going to be absolutely stellar from ITH.
Things are definitely cooking up here. And Baiken has all the tools. You said it at the top of the set, Brad. Baiken can do everything you need to do to win this match. The Yozansons, the Tatamis, the Escabari madness. Like, you can definitely make it difficult for the Goldlewis to even catch you. But right now, LoLo's doing such a good job at catching Baiken. ITH is working that much harder to get anything done.
Okay, nice pickup here for ITH. LoLo on the back foot, has no burst either, needs to contend with this, and it's the same type of sequence. The Tatami, the burst, Jesus, the tether is applied. I got as mixed as LoLo did. Y'all hear the devolution of my English in the middle of that? ITH is stealing my words from me each time they steal another turn from LoLo.
Definitely a whole lot of stuff going on this entire time. Gets the charge dust. Almost gets the full combo, but the burst coming out perfectly timed there. You gotta do it. You take too much damage otherwise. The parry finally being represented. It's not gonna be enough to close it out, even with the red RC, but 2K2D. Oh no.
All we need is one.
6B.
That's messed up, but did not use the right Behemoth Typhoon. Has to spin the burst because ITH wants to salvage the round, but now LoLo's in a great spot. What a pickup off that air-to-air. One more touch could do it. I think that's a trade, which means it is this game for ITH, and we are going to Game 5.
Things have certainly turned themselves on their head at this point, and we are looking to go the distance. The players have definitely been putting in the work, trying to make sure that they can get everything they need to done, and they're brawling. And that's the best part I love about this matchup. I know the players can sometimes feel frustrated against Goldlewis in general and against Baiken in general, but these two characters always have the most explosive head-to-heads, and I love it. It's one of my favorite parts of the current Strive meta.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Right, as we load here into Game 5, gonna have to see whether ITH can finish this comeback, or is LoLo going to get wise to the new layers that ITH has brought to the table. These Yozanson mix-ups are definitely leading me to believe that LoLo is mixed right now. Manages to navigate around the drone and get some damage for their trouble. Another thing to highlight, there's been so much 2K2D as the de facto thing out of ITH that now representing so much overhead has been a big difference here for LoLo, and ITH looks so comfortable right now. Such a difference from the top of the set.
Things are definitely a little bit hectic right now, as we do see another trip coming up here. Gets the red RC. That almost looks like they were trying to get something out of it, but still gets the wall splat, still gets the wall break, excuse me. Oh, you can't be doing that. Even if it's still active on the screen, the damage trade there wasn't even worth it.
No, absolutely not, but I think the positional trade probably works out decently well as ITH recognizes LoLo's hunger to finish the job.
What's even more interesting is they play Anji. So, you know, just interesting the whole way around. Meanwhile, BiggerBag obviously on this Axel, rocking the P2 side, and this is not a matchup we see all that often anymore.
No, certainly not. I mean, Anji, a lesser represented character by way of his strength relative to cast, and I think Axel, a lesser represented character because he's just a niche pick He's a style of character that you don't see chosen super often, and I don't know how he fares against, you know, the top tiers in the game, which is something that's always going to make you fall off a little bit. But here we see Chupymon firmly in the driver's seat right now as they are able to use that Fujin pressure and really keep BiggerBag locked down. But now BiggerBag out of the corner, 2K2D off of the empty jump to get out of the corner.
Yeah, it was actually really interesting that Chupymon went up for the air JD as like the kind of air-to-air attempt against Axel. I don't know the hitbox on it, but I feel like Axel could just win out in that scenario. Guess the world.
We don't have the damage and the low poke trade. My God, BiggerBag was absolutely fishing with the 2Ks there and got caught out for it. This is a no-fish zone.
No. We might have hooks on strings, but we're not fishing for anything. And life lead already going over to BiggerBag, but lots of backdashing here. We're going to start hitting that danger penalty soon, which can start to add up. Finally getting a little aggressive, though, now that they have a significant life lead. Another throw coming in.
Oh, I love that. What a nice check out of Chupymon. Sets up the overhead with the butterfly in the back. What's the mix going to be that time? Oh my God, quick into the low that time. Early canceling the Fujin. Red RC wants to bait the burst out. BiggerBag is going to let that rock. When does BiggerBag choose to burst? Keeping all of this safe with the fan toss.
Oh
Chupymon,
no.
Had to use the PRC in order to keep it safe because the dance was going to do it. BiggerBag is able to close out that round, and that was one of the things that I wanted to highlight. You know, the fact that Axel zoning is still, you know, limbs. So Anji can dance through the sickles.
True. I'm still surprised that BiggerBag just opted to run up with raw 5K. That is not something you see a lot of Axels do. Spin coming in here, going for the rainwater just to buy some distance again. Nice delay jump button there.
Right, clipped with the extra overhead backdash from Chupymon, who is having a harder time trying to get in now. It seems like that first round was, oh, wow, that was a long perfect.
It was quite a long time. But that's what Axel can do, right? Like, he is kind of like this game's main zoner. Yeah, there's a couple others. Like, I know Bridget can seem like she's a better zoner than Axel sometimes, but he exists. There's OG Happy Chaos, obviously. But, like, Axel is a zoner. Like, that's what he does.
Yeah, I mean, it's still, one associates longer rounds with there being far more opportunities for you to take some degree of damage and have that slide away from you. So, you know, a near 30-second perfect, even on a zoner,
it's
like
tough.
That's so much time for you to have gotten clipped by anything. But so that puts BiggerBag at a 1-0 lead over Chupymon, who does get this start here. Wants to go into the early fan toss out of Fujin that time. Went for the burst bait, but they were locked into using actual moves there. They didn't have the tension to do an RC as a means of baiting it.
Nice
Nice
jump.
falling limb there from Chupymon. We've got the butterfly set up. Charge D.
Yeah, it's nice that they went for this option as well versus the fully charged JD. It gave them another sequence to get some mix going. They took advantage of it. They got the hits they needed, and they were able to close out the round in short order.
Okay, nice pick up there from BiggerBag. Chupymon still has burst available, so I expect that they're going to really wait this out. Wow, BiggerBag is really just fishing with the mids. Like, yeah, you know what? Risk gauge is plenty. Oh, that is not a good burst. In fact, I dare say it was a bad burst. That turns you into a Skull Greymon instead of Metal Greymon, let me tell you.
Definitely getting roasted over the fire by some of those Axel bombers. And now just the one touch is all it takes. Gonna close it out with another perfect heading into round 3.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the difficulties that Chupymon is having in this matchup, right, is Anji's approach is altogether linear, right? Like, all of his tools are about moving through the space horizontally in front of him. It's like his fireball, if you consider, like, he has the butterfly, which is not a real zoning tool, or fan toss, which is a down forward angle gated behind a follow-up from Fujin. Damn, double perfect for BiggerBag's second game on the board. And so, yeah, I think the difficulty here is that, like, Anji really has no tool to dissuade Axel from just controlling the space right in front of him. Like, Anji's air threat is only so much, right?
Yeah.
The mental stack that Axel needs to deal with when they're contending in the neutral game is pretty straightforward. So I think it's probably not that difficult here for Axel to be dealing with this matchup, unless you really start to cycle in the dance. But even with the dance, you're being kept so far away that you can dance through the limb, but you're not going to be close enough to do a whole lot off of it.
Yeah, I mean, the dance, like you said, only gets you so far. The burst getting caught, not caught, but the rainwater doing a good job at avoiding it. Forward throw. And this is what happens when you let an Axel player feel themselves. They are going to run your pockets, back throw, not enough to kill. Yeah, he's lost it. He's feeling it.
Come on, Chupymon. Give me something here. It can't be this much a blowout.
No, but I mean, Axel just does this to some characters. Like, we've seen in the past against Fausts, a couple other characters that are just, like you said, they're fairly linear in some aspects, and Axel can very well punish that.
Larry, we do post the VODs to YouTube. Those will probably go up at some point tomorrow. They're usually up pretty early in the morning. Doctor usually gets them uploading the night before. Chupymon looking like they might be able to make this round happen, but clipped by the throw. Once again, BiggerBag is getting a lot of mileage out of just dashing forward and throwing. And I think the reason for that is because of the fear. Oh my god, time stop.
This might actually kill with the wall. Yeah, I think you're dead. Oh, we're even throwing the overdrive in. You're super dead. So that is going to be a 3-0 in the books there for BiggerBag. Game 1.
Oh, there was no going underneath that sickle whatsoever. Have we called an audible and switched the match that we're doing?
Nope. So this is Macmens versus Elucid. So it is yet another Anji player on the screen. Elucid, though, you might remember them as a Testament player. That might be why you're getting mixed. But no, Elucid having swapped over to the Happy Chaos, falling to the dark side. And he's probably going to shoot some people.
Yeah, this is another... I would think equivalently bad matchup, except even worse, because, Anji can't dance through the curse application or the gun. I mean, unless... I am pretty sure Anji can't dance through the bullet. If Anji can dance through the bullet, then, good for him. He might be beginning to believe, but I have every expectation that he doesn't, because I think that only goes through limbs.
I'm going to be honest, I actually don't know. I feel like that's an interaction I just haven't seen because there's no Anji players.
Right. Somebody asked, the two of them that exist. Somebody asked Saki Sakura, Wallaby, or, that one Japanese player that definitely knows how to play this character super well. Anyway, Elucid on the Happy Chaos has...
But, yeah, round 1 in the books here in favor of Elucid. And, yeah, it'd be like that.
So VTFGC, am I correct in assuming that VTFGC is Vermont?
I do believe that is correct. Although, actually, that is wrong. They have actually had an update to their sponsor, I just noticed. So they're now a member of the VL esports team.
Yeah, good for them. We are, unfortunately, as we sit here discussing whether or not that needs to be updated, they do get their ankles broken as the cross-up gunshot does come out there for Elucid to close out the first game. Once again, as you see on your screen, showing a little bit of love in between these sets to the Treehouse, our friend of the Casa Treefolio, who you might remember, runs the secondary stream on our Wednesday evenings. And if you want to go and show support for some of the stuff that they're doing over to the Treehouse, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, Guilty Gear Rev 2, and Persona 4 Ultimax on those dates. As we load in to Game 2 now, Elucid up 1 game over Macmens.
Off to a much better round lead here, though. Anji, once you do get Happy Chaos into the corner, I think this is an okay-ish matchup. Because of the Anji buffs that have come through season after season after season, you actually have something you can do in the corner. And so you're able to get some things going offensively, whereas it's that mid-screen that really is troublesome. But if you're fast like Macmens, you might actually get a chance to play the game.
Yeah, I think, for me, I always think about Happy Chaos in terms of, your goal is to remove one resource from the table. Now, the only one that you can really engage with is Curse. You can do something to make Curse with or get Curse off you. You also need to pay attention to bullets and concentration. And Macmens, up until literally just that second, had been playing at an intensity where Elucid was not able to apply Curse, and just the speed that they were playing meant that it was like, no, you do need to try to find some space. I love the control that Macmens is demonstrating right now. Smoked with the overhead. round on the board, game on the board even, for Macmens. If you like what you saw, because I know I did, but I already used the code, so y'all can go and put !Matcherino in the chat. You know what? I'll even do it for you. Make your lives a little bit easier. But go and claim some of those codes, 29 remaining, and as you can see, that prize pool looking pretty hefty. We want to give some extra love to TSB, who came through and blessed us with the pop bonus for this week.
Also, real quick, thank you to Thomas Winkley of the Online Local with the $15 direct contribution, because I like Brad and Doctor, and I want them to say that out loud. We like you too, Tom. Can't wait to see you later in the year.
All right, nice pickup here for Elucid, and this is exactly what you want as Happy Chaos, right? But I love the speed of Macmens, right? Every time there's a reload, it's like I am dashing, and I am covering a bunch of space, and, you know, Anji represents, damn, getting back thrown for their trouble. 5D gunshot keeps it safe. Oh, you thought, and the burst gets baited? That feels bad.
It is an unfortunate scenario to find yourself in, as you are now having to block the game that is Happy Chaos. 6S coming through, crushing you through that wall with the haymaker. And it's another round on the board here for Elucid, who's actually, you know, been a minute since they got one. They haven't gotten one since game 1, if you think about it. Nice little interruption there coming in from Macmens. A little too far from the continuation of their block string, though.
Sorry, I had a cookie in my mouth. I needed to have something sweeter than the game that was going on the screen. It was making my sweet tooth itch. Nice pickups here from Elucid. Oh, but Macmens is doing such a good job of stealing turns back.
Yeah, really nice counter sequence here. The BRC, interesting enough, giving them just the extra reach they needed to get themselves to the corner. The 2K2D, the God combo, catching them again with the Fujin.
I am loving these adjustments out of Macmen, really using Fujin's range on the ground and the fast dash speed to be like, all right, I'm going to get in there, I'm going to control you with a super high priority move from a range that you're not super comfortable with. And, you know, what a lot of Happy Chaos is like it's like /6K, like tools like that to deal with you once you're in their face, but that's exactly the sort of thing that Anji does a great job of dealing with.
Oh, getting grabbed out of the throw. Definitely an unfortunate situation to find yourself in full screen against the Happy Chaos. Nice tech that time. Burst is coming soon here. Macmens, though, taking the damage for all it's worth.
Macmens out here no-clipping, looking like a Sonic speed run. Going with the fast low off the fast fall PRC, smoked by the JPs. There was Elucid, who's now trying to press the issue and back up, but look at how defensively Elucid needs to play now. Oh, I cannot believe that burst worked!
And not only that, but the concentration bar was empty for Elucid. They mismanaged their resources, and Macmens with the game-ending punish because of it.
Oh my god. Oh. Anji's taking a set over Happy Chaos.
Not yet. It's only 2-1.
That's already astounding. It is not a character matchup that should make a lot of sense, but Macmens is doing such a great job. Like, the pace of the matchup is, I think, that's looking difficult. I don't know that I have seen a Happy Chaos seem like they have to be on the defensive quite as much as Elucid right now. Like, think about what you associate with Happy Chaos, right? Like, they're controlling the screen. But we're watching Elucid needing to back off. We're setting up more shadow clones than we're used to, not able to keep the gun trained on Anji here. Anji looking like an anime pro tag.
Yeah, I mean, we mentioned it kind of right at the beginning. Elucid was known for a while as the Testament player. So this is, you know, a newer adjustment for them. And so you'll see tiny little errors, like a slight mismanagement of resources, whether it's the bullets, the concentration, sometimes even the tension. But Macmens has been playing this Anji character basically since release. So they've put in a ton of work on it. They know everything that this character can do. And honestly, they're just feasting every single patch when these buffs come through.
My god, no anti-air, get the back throw there. Fujin, I mean, another thing too is the fact that Curse gets removed if you force Happy Chaos to block, which means in a lot of these ranges where Elucid is getting Curse out and applied, Macmens is already in a spot to be like, alright, and then you're gonna block Fujin, and now it doesn't matter, we've reset back. Has to do the Brain Blast.
First coming out there from Macmens, trying to close the gap with the Fujin, still forced to block even after the PRC though, and we got some rolls.
Yeah. That was the stanky right there. Keeps Happy Chaos alive for just another second. It should be. No, we don't get the pickup. Elucid gets one more shot at life in this round. What's it going to be? Stanky leg gets blocked once again. But the throw through the roll. What a read from Macmens. Recognizes that the mix is going to be coming from the roll. Oh, what a set.
Matchup, we talked about it right before the ad break. We have TrevorTsu going up against LeatherMuncher, and we have more Axels on screen.
This is like some weird Evo Japan got y'all feeling some kind of way, because this is 200% more Axel than I am used to seeing at any given Guilty Gear tournament.
It is an interesting matchup, to be sure. This is I don't know how I feel about this one, because I usually really like watching mirror matches, right? And I say that just as we miss the one vision by, like, a fraction of a frame. But I don't know if this...
Oh my god! What the hell?
I was just gonna say, I don't know if this is one of those mirrors that I like to see, but that just saved it. I love this mirror now.
Alright, so I expect to see that clipped. That gets to be the highlight from this one. The way, I mean, TrevorTsu is definitely getting the better of a lot of these interactions. I think it's twofold, right? One is just being the one that is able to get started means that you sort of naturally have the frame advantage to be dealing with some of this stuff, because they're worried about your follow-ups. And then I think the other is TrevorTsu is just doing a better job of choosing how they place their assorted tools. LeatherMuncher seems like they're just kind of having to hold a lot of this stuff. What a pickup, wanted for the throw bait, not gonna get it. LeatherMuncher has their burst and the advantageous screen position, but it still seems like TrevorTsu is in the driver's seat. PRC keeps the throw tech safe.
Yeah, Trevor always feels in control somehow. They have some amazing adaptions, and they didn't even need to do anything, and they baited the burst there.
Wow, that was incredible. TrevorTsu showing their dominance, right? And, you know, in a mirror matchup, it's like, you know what? There's literally no one to blame but yourself. Y'all have the same tools. They got in your head and finessed you.
Yeah, the same character, the same tools, the same frame data, identical. That's why they call it a mirror match. And that's part of why I really love these, because it shows you who can really recognize what breaks down the character in the most binary fashion.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. It's, you need to understand what makes your character lose in order to adequately play against your character. It's one of the reasons why, you know, if you blow that up beyond mirror matches, I think there's a lot of value to, if there's a matchup you struggle with, learning that character and taking some time to, you know, go in training mode, figure out their tools. Are we going to pick this one up? Yes, we are. That should be guaranteed off this wall break. Oh, we don't even need the wall break. LeatherMuncher is going to hold that. No burst, just keeping it for the next round. But what I was going to say is, if you learn how the other character works from the driver's seat, you can think about the way to play against them so differently. Because even situations where you're like, oh, this is like such an RPS situation, like it's a 50-50. If you know what makes one option better than another, it stops feeling like a 50-50.
As we see, we're taken to the corner once again. BRC into the immediate overhead. Working out really well there for LeatherMuncher, tying it up round-wise here, hoping to at least get a game on the board before it's too late.
Right. Wanting for the pickup. Okay, another nice bait there from TrevorTsu, who, I mean, every time LeatherMuncher throws out a tool, Trevor is already out of position, and it's like, nope, that would have been right a second ago. But instead, here we are, just narrowly dodging the 2S with the IAD back. There's so much just awareness from TrevorTsu as to what LeatherMuncher is going to be trying to do. An unfortunate whiff earns TrevorTsu the initiative once again, and this is definitely a one-touch situation because we don't even need the world going into Game 3.
The really nice red RC there after just the massive counter hit to finally connect. Lurie, if X beats Y, but Y beats X, comes out a little earlier, it gets complicated. Yeah, I mean, that's yeah,
I think that's the thing that's like what you're speaking to is actually one of the things that I find that makes fighting games like super interesting, right? Is that you can look at a situation and be like, this tool beats this tool. But suddenly, if you mistime the application of it, or if they have a read on when you're going to do it, it changes the interaction. So it adds a third dimension to the way that tools interact. It's sort of like the thing, like people like to liken fighting games to high-speed, real-time chess. And I think the thing of that makes it interesting is, damn, LeatherMuncher coming out with a perfect? Did they give somebody else the controller? What the hell?
They literally just set your chessboard on fire, Brad. They came in swinging for the fences, bomber after bomber after bomber, and the tempo burst was like 5 or 10 seconds into the round. Like, they did not want to give up control in the slightest.
Yeah, they did not, but TrevorTsu in the driver's seat this time, but LeatherMuncher finally getting in that spot to, you know, try to play around with the close slashes. TrevorTsu is not going to have the tension here to pick this one up, so we need one more touch. What's it going to be? I had every expectation that there was going to be a throw, but it's not. We're going to do the windmill. Whirly Bird smoked out by the command grab this time. LeatherMuncher has the tension in the back. We want to set up a mix-up after, and we do get a decent pickup.
Oh, it's too high!
What's too high up?
He's too high up. I couldn't even get the word out. Still landed right on to the bodies there. And so LeatherMuncher does get a game on the board, taking us to a game 4. And yeah, I mean, just lights out there. So much throwing at the wall. They're bursting tempo-wise. They're just throwing buttons out there. It's been such a tempo shift that they're catching Trevor off just enough.
Yeah, that's definitely the adjustment that I think LeatherMuncher needed, and I think, you know, even just a sense of like, hey, you're losing out in the neutral, so bulldoze through, stop trying to play like you're going to win the zoning game, instead bring the fight to them, and it's exactly what LeatherMuncher is doing.
And it's definitely something Axel is equipped to do, right? Like, we talk about him being a zoner, but like, all of the zoners in this game can do something in your face, right? Like, here we go, and Trevor, again, taking the tempo to another notch, and just running over LeatherMuncher. Going to be able to get that windmill out. Even goes to the other side of the JP. A couple rainwaters eventually slip through. Get in the corner again, but LeatherMuncher fighting their way out of it. No burst on either side. We are going to have an RC available here for Trevor once they can get it in.
Yeah, had to spend the RC there, did LeatherMuncher, in order to try to keep the pressure going. They need to ensure they stay in the driver's seat exactly that long to make sure that they are not losing out on this set. Are we going to see another Game 5?
Oh my God, look at the damage. And while we're watching these trainer combos, I do want to point out, Brad, that the ending of that last round was exactly what you and Larry were talking about, where both players went for Rinsen, but LeatherMuncher's was just that much faster that it won out entirely.
Yeah, it makes a difference, right? Like, sometimes the interaction is more based on time rather than the physical qualities of the tool. We find the throw here to TrevorTsu, who's got some resources here, and has the burst, so I have every expectation that, like, the second there's a pickup from LeatherMuncher, that burst is going to be a problem. Here's the thing, though, is TrevorTsu,
that should be enough. Bomber. Oh no, the burst!
You weren't ready to block the burst! What's the mix-up going to be? Has to spin their own burst, went for the command grab, that was hungry as all hell! LeatherMuncher can absolutely close this one out in one more touch, but TrevorTsu can also close this one out. Fatal Flow, nobody asked you! The pickup from LeatherMuncher! We're going to a Game 5! Fatal Flow, did you really come through just to... Is Yost in other Discords inviting people? Yeah, this is a PSYOP campaign. This is a PSYOP.
It's Yost on his alternate accounts.
If Yost has Riz, then y'all will definitely use those Maturino codes. That's how we're going to prove this. If at the end of the night we still have codes, then Yost definitely has Elriz. And I'm putting that out there because he is definitely going in other Discords telling us to, telling people to defend them.
Right now we're in Game 5. It's 2
I will mute you.
apiece. coming through, and here we see Trevor actually getting trapped against the wall. LeatherMuncher.
Doc, we're on Maturino. Oh god, LeatherMuncher gets the kill. Is that a perfect? Jesus Christ, that's what we missed.
Yeah, you missed the perfect, chat. My bad. And already the air-to-air coming through, forcing the burst there out of Trevor.
Oh my god, the pickup catches the backdash, TrevorTsu. It's been the command grab in that spot so many times.
And again, winning out there with the counter. Gets the 5K connection. Not enough to kill off of that wall splat, though. Does get the breakthrough. Only needs really one touch, and there it is.
The reverse 3-0 from LeatherMuncher. What a set. Moves on to play all for our top 16 is Marvelo and MJKurase. I am, as always, the last one to know because you are in the lobby with them. So we've got Chipp versus Happy Chaos.
Yeah, so this is a matchup we've actually seen a ton of here, Casa. These two constantly entered the tournaments, months ago, and it was always a brawl. And it was always MJKurase getting an early lead because they play Happy Chaos and they're able to just shoot you in the face. But then, as the Chipp player, you sacrifice your life resource and you do this. Take them to the corner and ruin their day. Here comes the Shadow Clone homies. Not dead, though.
Nope, still alive, but we are going to get Oki off of this, so how far is Marvelo going to press the issue? Oh, it was a little bit too far away for the 5K, but that little twitch was enough to catch MJKurase as the 5K whiff leads into 2K, 2D. What a whiff punish from Marvelo! And what I was going to say is, I know Chipp, particularly earlier in the lifespan of Strive, had this reputation for just being this, zippy mix-up monster. I very much likened him to, Millia. But I think the thing that I associate with Chipp players now, particularly since 2.0, when they buffed his Far Slash, is Chipp players have such a good ground game now. Between his move speed and the way that they want to really stagger off of all the different tools that he has, people just end up looking really solid as Chipp players now.
Yeah, they've definitely done more than enough changes to it to put him into that position, and you can really see the players that have stuck with the character the whole way through, how they differentiate from their, compatriots. And especially players picking up Chipp now because he has these buttons. And so, round 2 goes the way of MJKurase. And with that curse applied, it's not looking good here for Marvelo.
Nope, blocks out the stanky leg, but that was a spot where the mix-up is. Are they going to flip through, or are they going to go for 2K? MJKurase goes for 2K, but Marvelo actually does manage to get the better of an interaction and push us all over to the corner here. We've got another wall break once we call out the Shadow Clone. Oh, what's the Oki going to be?
Where's the burst? There it is!
Oh! Great call from Marvelo to seal the deal on that first game, 1-up over Happy Chaos. And yeah, I think the story of the evening for Happy Chaos right now looks a lot like so far every Happy Chaos matchup we've watched, I feel like is, a very fast-paced character with good ground control behind their limbs that is like, all right, well, if I'm over there, you'll win.
Duel 1.
Just gotta get close. What's the famous JoJo quote, Brad? Oh my god, he just clipped him.
You're approaching me?
Yeah.
I can't very well beat the shit out of you from over here, can I?
That is Chipp incarnate, if we're being honest. And here he goes again. Gets the counter hit. Going for the burst bait. Doesn't have the tension, so we're just looking for a slump. That 5K was crazy.
That was huge. The fact that it caught the clone as well meant that it did the double damage. If MJKurase had gotten a pick up there, that would have been absolutely gigantic. Instead, MJKurase is going to have to settle for this pickup. Deus Ex getting the reload. We're going to need to think on our actions a little bit here, but what's the mix-up going to be? Okay. 6S, just resetting back. We want to get a little bit more brain power.
Okay.
Look at the way Marvelo is controlling the whole screen. Call out the Shadow Clone to control the ground. I control the air. A two-pronged offense. PRC, but the 2K was already out to kill the Shadow Clone, so the 2D follow-up there earns Marvelo around.
Just up and over with the gunshot. Didn't actually roll through? Okay. Stayed in front, but Marvelo saw it with his own eyes. Trapped against the wall. Blocking the 5 dust. He's a madman. Nobody's ever done that before. Okay. You get one, Marvelo. I see how it is.
You can see that MJKurase is really trying to bait out different grounded tools out of Marvelo now. You can see they like dancing right at the tip of far slash range, and then they backdash fishing for a whiff punish. That different cadence there made a huge deal for MJKurase. Big Duff City starter there for MJKurase. Curse gets applied, stays same side.
Wow,
but
grabs the
back throw on the 5D.
This is huge here for Marvelo, still getting hits in the air. A little too far away thanks to the FD pushback. But, man, you gotta watch that 2S. When he's swinging the big iron like that, you cannot approach. Is that close enough to the wall? Nope, not quite. But now you're full screen, cursed, and staring down the barrel of a gun, but concentration's gone. He's got no brain power.
That was brilliant from Marvelo. We have the pickup. We're gonna need to press this as far as possible. Where are we gonna find the burst bait? We are not able to find the burst bait off of the Rekka, but one touch could do it. MJKurase finds the 2K2S. What a stellar round. I want to take a second to talk about that burst there from Marvelo. You didn't have enough life for bursting in a combo, particularly against a character like Happy Chaos, who's notoriously hard to burst again. So instead, Marvelo spends the burst as soon as they are close enough for the blowback to connect, and then uses the frame advantage as a result of the burst to get in and try to start some offense for themselves. That was such a brilliant choice.
Couple more brilliant choices coming through there as well, opting for the JK into command grab. Oh, he just stabbed him in his face. Gonna come down on the other side, gets the overhead again. I don't think that's been blocked this set.
No, it absolutely has not. Gonna get the throw this time. One more touch would do it. No, actually it won't. The OTG is not gonna be enough to do it, but the Shadow Clone after guaranteed on block. So there's nothing you could do about it except maybe try to FD. Curse is applied, but my far slash is faster than your Chrome. You still gotta take it out. There's extra frames to put the gun in your hand, my guy. You are not the quickest shot in the West. That is reserved for Gene Wilder.
Okay, Brad. Yeah, hello? Did he just RC into DPing that man?
Absolutely, because the blue RC guaranteed that there were extra recovery frames on the 2S that came out of MJKurase. Goes back, but the dive kick comes out from Marvelo to get us back to the ground and not get sent full screen. YRC allows Marvelo to keep the pace going in his favor. There's only one bullet left in the clip for MJKurase. Yeah, we need a big reload, so that's not going to lead to a whole lot of damage. MJKurase is going to need to cheat out a big reload at some point, and it's not going to work out for them because Marvelo is...
Well, I was going to say, that was where they wanted the reload, is they wanted that 2K2D to connect, but the RC forced them to not be able to get that reload, and they're still on that one bullet, Brad.
The bullets are gone. There's nothing in the clip. Marvelo can just run forward with impunity. The Shadow Clone!
No shot. The full screen Shadow Clone?
Yeah, no shot indeed. Had the backup coming. Sent in the cavalry. You can't lose sight of the partner.
Man,
I have no more metaphors.
He actually pulled the Shuriken Jutsu from Season 1. That's insane.
Imagine referencing OG Naruto.
Hey, it works then, it works now. You always gotta be careful when they're flying at you like that, and there it is. MJKurase getting the read, going for the J throw. Uh-oh.
Alright. This is really strong corner control here. Wow, the delayed low follow-up from the Rekka. It had been the overhead so many times. And Marvelo is adding layers on layers. MJKurase has to spend the burst in order to reset back to neutral, but this is a pretty big life deficit here. That stayed same side, and Marvelo blocked it. In fact, Marvelo was able to block it because the FD ensured that the 2K2D pushed them far enough back. That's close enough for the wall break? Yes, it is.
Taking us for a ride. Only really needs one or two more hits here. Brain Blast to make sure we got brain juice. And yeah, that might as well be GG. We're definitely getting another Brain Blast here with the tension. Hello? Oh my god.
I knew it was gonna happen! But one more mix will do it. MJKurase has spent so much time FDing. YRC was going to come out, but thankfully controls the space in front of him. I cannot believe the gusto of Marvelo.
Yeah, I mean, going for that raw overdrive there, it worked out. in that sequence. But here they go, getting the jump in again. Burst, not that close here for MJKurase, but they do have comfort in knowing that they do still have that round advantage.
Alright.
Oh, there it is again!
Smoked by the overhead this time. We've got layers. We're going to be able to break the wall. Oh, we wanted to play for a burst bait. YRC comes up from MJKurase, who gets the 5K. A nice pickup of the 2K afterwards. And we've reset back to full screen. Huge because it removes burst from the equation. But not contending with the clones. Actually, once curse is applied, clone is free. Because the reticle is always going to be on Chipp. Which means if you're at the ready, the curse just, the clone just gets to go. That's actually a brilliant layer to this matchup here for Marvelo.
Yeah, but doesn't it disappear if you get shot? Like hit by shot?
I mean, sure, but...
So you're saying just block?
Yeah!
Nice little sequence there from Marvelo, though. Gonna get the burst out of MJKurase. Takes him for a ride through the wall as well, but already forced to use hairs. They're both throwing throws.
Oh, curse is not applied. Marvelo threading the needle, smoked by the curse, but MJKurase is back up against the corner. This is a big pickup with plenty of bullets, but we're not going to have the bar in the back.
2S.
One more touch would do it here for Marvelo. That's a big pickup for MJKurase. We just barely got the tension. The Deus Ex with the wall break. Is it going to be enough? Yes, it is. Chipp with less than 0 guts, and we are going to a game 5.
Actual insanity. Bowls full of spaghetti right at their end there. That was literally the frame that MJ built the tension for the overdrive, right? The gunshot connected, they immediately buffered it in, and it was more than enough damage to close out the game 4 there. And this is exactly what we get every time these two face off. They're so closely matched, and their characters are just so inherently strong that you really get to see them both thrive.
Who is it going to be, chat? Who gets to move on and claim the first official winner's side top 8 spot here in tonight's Casa? Play for that pop bonus kindly provided by TSB. Play for all of your enjoyment. Nice pickup here from MJKurase, but the curse once again not applied, and Marvelo does such a great job of threading that needle. You can see that MJKurase is having to adjust and be a little bit more active with buttons rather than shots because of the pace that Marvelo is playing at.
It's trying to slow it down here, but actually has no bullets. Alright, again, 2K2D is a true combo when that clip is empty. Gets the bait on the DP. Definitely going to have enough damage here to close it out, and it is now set point for MJKurase looking to take this winner's side top 8 spot right out from under Marvelo.
This would be... No, this went this went 1-1 before it went. This isn't another reverse 3-0.
No, not 3-0.
Okay.
Big think there. Marvelo thought he could get a chance to run up on him, but did not work out for him, and he's going through another wall.
This is tough. MJKurase is going to have positive bonus, going to have the initiative to set up Oki, which they choose to use as a free curse, and that's going to be that. I was going to say the concern is how do you use your burst? We used our burst poorly. MJKurase clean. Well, there we go. We are chugging away. Big brackets tonight, but we're still getting stuff done exactly in the time that you would want. We know that people got bedtimes. Macmens versus Jack. Jack on the Happy Chaos. Macmens, we saw Macmens beat Elucid's Happy Chaos in order to get this top 16 spot, but as you had highlighted, you know, Elucid's Happy Chaos is new to them, so gonna have to see damn the layers.
No, Jack is, you know, we were talking about it before the show, Jack has been on the come up. They came out relatively newer to the scene as far as we could see, and has already claimed some really big trophies and heads in the scene, you know, winning the mirror against Umisho, along with some other titles as well. So this is going to be a brutal match here for Macmens.
Yeah, absolutely. But I liked the intensity that they brought to the table when they played against Elucid. I think part of the difference is going to be how well Jack sort of plays around the way that Macmens is dealing with Curse.
Spins trying to get in closer, but Jack doing a really great job at keeping the distance. such a tough mix when you're knocked down mid-screen and you gotta worry about what side Happy Chaos is gonna be on, let alone what he's gonna be hitting you with.
Alright, we're not gonna get the pickup with the 5k there, so Macmens needs to get at least one more shot, takes the turn, keeps himself safe with the fan toss, sets up the spacing trap. Ooh, my 6p beats your 5k. Macmens closes out that round.
Nice little recovery, and the distance on that round start, definitely deceiving.
Wow, you know what I really appreciate from Jack here? Jack has a willingness to just play like super frame trap heavy without mix-ups. Like that was like 2k shot, dash cancel, 2k, dash cancel, 2k, just like really making you question where the mix-up is going to come from and when you get to try to do something. Absolutely running away with that round as well to get the first game on the board here for Jack.
It's just the nature of the matchup. We've talked about it a couple times. I'm sure we'll talk about it a couple more times since this is still winner side, so I imagine we'll still get a chance to see more Anjis once we take a look downstairs. But also, we seem to have 3 characters in this tournament. Anji, Happy Chaos, and Axel. So,
yeah,
with the lone Chipp in Marvelo. And that's just the tournament tonight, chat. So we're going to talk about this matchup quite a few more times, I have to imagine. And it's tough, especially against a good Happy Chaos, right? Not saying that there are bad Happy Chaoses in our bracket, but it's just there's another level that this character can take it to that makes everybody else just look like a struggle.
Yeah, I mean, let's call a spade, right? Like, I think, frankly, there's like 3 pockets of Happy Chaos. There is you trying to figure out the appropriate way to balance all of the resources and just make the character execute without burning yourself. That's bucket 1. Once you figure that out and you can functionally play the character, that's bucket 2. A lot of perfectly serviceable Happy Chaos players are in bucket 2. But Jack looks to be in bucket 3 right now, which is the Happy Chaos players that are really understanding the strength of the character and squeeze every bit of life out of it. I say all the time, at the highest level, fighting games are a game of inches. Incidentally, shoutouts to Nfinity with the 7-month resub. Hey, let us know where you want that $1 of the Matcherino to go. We will make sure that Bunch knows to send that money along. Oh no, burst. Okay. Actually, what a back throw there from Macmens. Jack could still really get away with this round. Reload lets the wall slump. Burst from Macmens. If Jack takes this round, wow, this is as good as it gets for Jack. A comeback. You'll notice I'm not even pretending like Jack isn't about to win this round. Right, exactly. It's Happy Chaos. You're dead.
I am actually at a loss. The wake-up mix. The wake-up mix is what is so problematic here from Macmens, right? You see Happy Chaos take to the sky, throws his leg out, you're like, alright, he used his normal. And then he still drifts back and forth and makes you guess left, right, and shoots you on the opposite side, it feels like. So, I don't know what Macmens can do as an answer to that, because it doesn't seem answerable.
Yeah, I think the answer is it's a skill issue and you gotta just block 5-head. We've got the butterfly out, 5D. Damn, fast blue RC into 5k, you thought. Single player experience indeed, Lurie. We finally got the pickup 5D for the biggest damage off the wall break, but unfortunately, no positive bonus, no Oki, and Jack just spends their own tension to move forward with the blue RC. I don't even care about the butterfly. Yours doesn't travel the whole screen. My projectile doesn't have a travel time. Check out this hit scan, my guy. Macmens is pressing the issue, wants to move forward, but that is not going to be enough. Oh, no. Jack gets the 5D with the gunshot, but it is one more touch. Instant overhead YRC to block it, but we're still getting tippy tapped. Jack is singing in the rain right now.
That is an impossible mix-up, chat. He's just so good at it. He's so good. And it looked like, Macmens with the YRC had at least an answer, but the problem was he just did it again. He just did the exact same thing again, and you'd already spent your 50 tension. There was no refunds, no 50% off, no BOGO deal. It was done. It was gone. No refund.
Right, that is 2 games up for Jack over Macmens right now. Absolutely fantastic performance so far, but Macmens has shown some signs of life. I think just the difficulty is, like I said, it is a game of inches, and Jack does such a great job of, squeezing out just a little bit more life out of all these situations, on top of just the layers that they are bringing to the table. Thank you, Tsunami, for letting us know about the typo in Macmen's name. We will update that.
Apologies. Wall stick coming through there. Macmen's going for a ride. Positive bonus on the side now of Jack, who is just going to be able to use it offensively. Going to be able to get the hit here. Doesn't need to reload just yet. Look at that concentration bar. Every shot coming through to connect.
Oh, the brain blast. We've got the tension for Deus Ex. Damn, didn't even spend it. You know you don't get to take it to the next round, right? The BM to reload manually, Revolver Ocelot style.
And now stuck up against the wall again, using that 6S to break it. Positive bonus. This is all it comes down to for Macmens here. This is their last chance to stay alive in the fight for winner side top 8. Gets hit by the cross up, the PRC for the burst bait, and that should do it.
Man, not even using the auto reload in the winner's house.
Yeah. That's exactly it. It has made a return, and they've been rocking the Happy Chaos for a hot minute.
Oh, thank God. I didn't need to see it again. Not from Saftig, no. Give me the Sol. Give me the Sol. That's what I need. Yeah. Thank you.
So this is locked in. We got SQ rocking the yellow Chipp on the player 1 side versus the pink Saftig Soul Bad Guy on the player 2. And this is a day 1 matchup if we've ever seen it.
Yeah, absolutely has to spin the burst there. Does SQ. That was going to be a huge pickup for Saftig. This one is still going to be a huge pickup. Gets our Diet Dust Loop right into the clean hit DP. This is going to be the wall break. No, I'm sorry, that wasn't a clean hit. He would have been absolutely deleted on a clean hit.
Using the Bandit to get a little bit more distance on the jump over. Still ends up trapped in the corner against this Chipp. Presidente does get caught though, and you are dead. One thing I really like about Mike's Soul Bad Guy in its current iteration is he actually does a fairly good job at utilizing the improved Gunflame, right? It's one of those trade-offs that he kind of received this season due to some of the changes, especially to the 6S, but Mike integrates it fairly well. We're not seeing it yet because he just doesn't need it. Oh no, that's disrespectful.
My God. The fast bandit into the wild throw. God damn. Well, while we have a second, y'all should go and show some love to that Matcherino. There are 21 codes left, and as I said, the only way to confirm good Riz for Yoast is if those codes are gone.
You don't even know the saying. You don't even know the saying, dude. Don't talk. You don't even know the saying.
Yoast, I still see codes. I will mute you.
Why
I damn well, because you're out here. You're out here. You're out here promising that you got people coming through to get the codes. How about instead of them defending your Riz, they come and use the Matcherino codes?
Where did I promise that?
Man,
Smile.
The two of you. We got games going on, guys. We're at work. Keep it together.
Yeah, we got games now. Clipped by the 2K there. SQ forces the burst out of Saftig, but one of the difficulties here for SQ, I think, is that Saftig does such a great job of using the assorted tools that he has, and there's definitely ranges on the screen where you can see that SQ is sort of having difficulty trying to get the party started. There's a lot of reliance on like 2K and 5K. I kind of wish we would see a little bit more far slash.
Yeah, the far slash button is really good, and I think it's less vulnerable now that the 6S basically doesn't exist for a lot of Soul Bad Guys. Immediately into the Uzumaki Barrage, though, still alive. Those guts are hanging in there. But yeah, with no 6S from the Soul Bad Guy players, they're much more reliant on that 5H and 5S that are still useful, but just a little bit lesser. But we've also already seen Mike use that 6S quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a great tool. It just, like, it doesn't need to be, the catch-all Gatling filler that it was for, like, Season 1. I will go on the record and say that I think all the Soul players that were upset when the Season 2 patch dropped were definitely being overdramatic, and I like that the results around this character have sort of shifted that conversation around. And I know he's gotten other buffs since then, and I know he's catching this harsh L right now. SQ does have to spend the red RC in order to fix the issue. No, not enough!
Huh?
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Hitboxes are a thing.
Hitting him in front, but behind. Soul Bad Guy was definitely inside of Chipp there. But that is a game on the board here for SQ, tying it up 1 apiece. And that was a much more dominant run back. That was a very clean match from SQ. Definitely showcasing a little bit more of the Chipp play, but still, like you said, not a lot of far slash.
Yeah, I think, I mean, obviously they took the dub in that round, so whatever adjustment they just made is working, right? I can only be so critical when something is getting results, but
okay, Mr.
it's just
Daigo.
the thing.
Duel 1.
Okay. You know what? He made the adjustment that I suggested, and then he won the round, so you know what? You can hold that. We do see, oh my god, the JPs out of SQ. I like that. It seems like what SQ is doing is actually choosing to be a little bit more reactive. And I think that's the call that they're making. It's like, all right, I'll stay out of range. Saftig is going to have to try to press the issue, and then I'll go in for the whiff punish. Until finally, like that, Saftig has to slow down, picks their shot, and SQ surgically slices through it.
Getting a couple of hits here, actually connecting with the bringer, forcing the burst out there of SQ, but far slash connecting through big combos. Are we going to build the tension for the Uzumaki? Not yet. One player is getting results with Soul.
No, I mean, I wasn't sure. I also think that, I think that we need to. This is going to be a big.
Oh, that was sick.
And then needs to happen during the round. But I think we need to shift the conversation away from mid results and back to talk about like matchups, spreads, and stuff like that. When we used to talk about tier lists, it was something that we mathematically chart out and evaluating like does this probably XYZ.
Are you really trusting the gamers to do math these days?
No, not anymore. That's why we just talk about how we feel about the matchups anymore.
Did you see that, Brad? The fist went out and Chipp just exploded from half a screen away.
Absolutely, but here we see SQ still in the driver's seat, repping that overhead. The burst is going to come out from Saftig. Waits just an extra second there to try to catch SQ's timing a little bit off. Damn, look at all this FD from SQ. Does not want to keep Saftig in range. Nice whiff punish with the 6S out of Saftig, firmly in the driver's seat. SQ needs to try to make their way out of the corner. Manages to jump out to get away from the gunplay, but what the pickup! That 5K is so good! PRC into the DP. We absolutely kill here, right? No, the burst comes out from SQ.
And
we
the air-to-air, the connection, not enough tension, and drops it right at the end there. And Mike still pushing buttons on the way down. Gonna go ahead and take a game again, taking it to 2-1.
Once again, as you can see up there, 21 codes remain in the match arena. So if you like what you have been watching tonight and you want to see our players get paid out, make sure you go and you use those codes. If you do not, that money goes straight back into the ether. I hear that every quarter that does not get spent here slowly gets converted into some form of cryptocurrency. Do not quote me on that. That is not legally binding, but you don't want to see that happen, right? You want to see it go to our players. So make sure you claim those codes.
Not touching that one. Heading into game 4, we do still have SQ versus Mike Saftig. Mike Saftig in the advantaged position of the two games. And this is still for top 8, chat. Winner here gets to go up in the winner side, and they get to play against the winner of our match after this, which you'll find out later, chat. Nice little anti-air there for SQ.
Oh. Great anti-air from SQ there once again. That anti-air game has been a big thing. I think this reactionary adjustment out of SQ has been fantastic. But the problem is, this is how that RPS goes, right? Once you're reactionary...
Oh, there it is!
Oh, what a call! Right into the overdrive. That's going to get the wall break and the kill. 100% SQ looking to bring this to a game 5.
And that is... honestly what we've come to expect here for tonight's tournament. Game 5s the whole way through. Yost said he wanted this tournament done by 10 o'clock, and the gamers said, no, Yost, you have work to do. So here we go. Back to the corner on the P2 side. Some fast Abare coming out from Chipp, using those fastest buttons in the game. Forward throw from Mike Saftig, though.
Okay, we're going for shimmies right now, is Saftig, but finally SQ represents their uppercut, the reversal. Bring this back. PRC, that was supposed to be a burst bait. When is the burst bait going to happen? It's not going to happen. Saftig is going to use their burst, reset us back. We've got some bar blocking the extra overheads, using all of this plus frames that was respected. Nice throw tech from SQ, recognizing that the risk gauge was looking really high there and really pressing the issue. Oh, right into the throw. Doesn't follow up with the bandit this time. Another throw? The best grappler in the world?
No, he drops the combo. What was that input? Was that the command grab input? No, it wasn't. He leaned forward. I don't know what that input was.
That's
It doesn't
6H. But I don't know what he meant to do.
Yeah, I honestly have no clue, but we'll hold that for another day. Mike taking us to round 3 here. Starting off strong in the driver's seat for SQ. Taking Mike to the corner. Immediate burst on that counter hit, though. Gets it again, though!
Oh, it's going to be big damage here. We get the side switch here into the Diet Dust Loop for the big pickup. We're not going to have the damage for a wall break. Oh, right into the wild throw. Do we have an OTG after? No, we don't. Not after the wild throw, but Saftig is in such a dominant life lead here. These Gunflames are going to pose a real problem. SQ is going to be forced to FD, which might be enough to remove the threat of Overdrive or RC from the table. Saftig back in the driver's seat. YRC has to come out, but we just take our turn, clip low, 5K into 2D, and Saftig is going to take the set. Moving on to play the winner of Test.
Axel. And we're going to go off, chat. This should be an interesting matchup because this is a matchup that TestYourLuck has played, right? They're, a kind of known entity in the online space, and there's a lot of Axels in the online world right now, so they have certainly played this before.
Oh my god, bite on bite. Damn, TestYourLuck has plenty of blood to play around with. Oh my god, look at how fast that bar is going up. Right into the... that was actually just the close slash for the break. How much more blood are they about to get? PRC, damn!
It is the nature of TestYourLuck to go fast, and you guys know the rest of the quote. They are gonna rush you down. They are gonna tank their blood gauge to the moon, and they're gonna get at least one blood pop, probably per game, I should say. But look at them, full screen, trapped again, stuck in a time loop. They've come to bargain, and LeatherMuncher saying no.
Yeah, this is tough, right? Because TestYourLuck, even finding that back throw, that's actually kind of the biggest win condition they're going to be able to block in time. No, that is going to catch them. LeatherMuncher is going to be able to close out that round with the overdrive. What I was going to say is, if TestYourLuck ends up with high blood and resets back to neutral, that's tough, because there's basically nothing you can do to earn that resource back.
Takes him through the wall, does beat, that's huge. That is a massive round win to be able to clutch up like that. Wow. The BRC just doing so much work there.
My god, both of those rounds that TestYourLuck won were perfects. And that seems so interesting as sort of a representation of this matchup, right? Like, you either win and you win hard, or you struggle until you lose. So we're going to have to see how is this going to adjust from here. The longer this set goes, the more LeatherMuncher gets to sort of acquiesce and acclimate to what TestYourLuck brings to the table. That is another early command grab. Beyblade in his face.
It is really interesting to me how many of these command grabs, TestYourLuck is getting away with.
That's going to be a blood pop, right? No, just shy of it. Wow, what good management out of TestYourLuck.
But, like you said, Brad, what do they do now? That blood gauge it's there. Like, you can't do anything. You're stuck. Door stuck. Trying to get in. The run under there from LeatherMuncher, super duper clutch. Great backdash, though, from TestYourLuck to avoid the command grab. But, it's checkmate. This is the most checkmate I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, what you could see there is, TestYourLuck was alternating between, maybe I can get a 5H, and after enough 5Hs, even on block, I can earn the blood to be able to get in, or if I go to the air, I can use JD. They were trying to use the tools that they had in order to lower the blood gauge, but this is going to look pretty similar, right? You don't have the ability to use your blood because it's so high up. You need to use it to get in and then stay in, and that's not been the case for this matchup so far. LeatherMuncher looking calm, cool, and collected.
And there it is. Burst bait coming up right at the end. BRC covering all the bases. Just like you guys can cover your own bases and run those match arena codes, we still have quite a few remaining. We're still at 21, chat. It has been an hour since a code has been claimed. What is going on? I'm even going to put the link in the chat for you there. Super duper easy. You can't miss it now. All of that money going right to the players. You definitely want to see that climb as high as possible. So get in there, get your code claimed, and help out tonight's players.
Alright, we are at one game apiece here for, once again, the final winner's side top 8 qualifying match in TestYourLuck versus LeatherMuncher, and LeatherMuncher looking off to a good start here in this game 3 as well. TestYourLuck took that first game, but they did so with double perfects, and they did end up losing a round in between. Okay, full 5S chain in order to earn a little bit of blood back. One for the close slash. We didn't quite get it. 6H on block earns them a little bit, but reversal overdrive comes out from LeatherMuncher. That is going to connect, and it is going to be enough to kill. You still need to respect the reversal out of this. You get into range 0, you've got the blood set up, you want to start to run your offense, and now you need to worry about their defensive choices. Feels bad, man.
Yeah, and it's everybody knows that Axel has it, but it's up to the Axel player to let you know when they're going to use it, because now their one vision is a respectable, tension choice. You can see that, you can see multiple RCs, like that's not the guaranteed, right? Like you look at some of these other characters and their reversal options, you know it's going to come out at some point, right? Testament might overdrive you. Remlethal, she's definitely going to overdrive you, but
Absolutely.
Axel might have other options in his life.
Right, you don't really know. All that I do know is that is 2 games up to 1 right now for LeatherMuncher, and TestYourLuck. This is looking more like a test of endurance, I gotta tell you, because they are having such a hard time. Like, the walking the line of being in range to run their offense with high blood while also still managing that resource to not blood pop. Early on in that first game, we saw a lot of command grab, but you can see that LeatherMuncher is like, yeah, okay, I understand how you like to use command grab, and now I'm just doing a lot more backdashing defensively. And I don't think the TestYourLuck really has an answer for that. I expect that maybe we'll see more like frame traps of close slash into close slash, or, Fukio 2S to like catch the backdash for a pickup, but the problem is in a lot of the spots TestYourLuck is using it, they truthfully do need to earn that blood gauge back for themselves.
And they're definitely one of the more active Nagoriyuki players that we have, in the online world, where they do just kind of ride the line until they pop, right? And even here, they did all the work to get the wall splat, wasn't able to confirm it into the break, but we go coast to coast, and they somehow don't pop.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I blinked and LeatherMuncher's health was gone. And I think that's, like I said in that first game, right? That feels like it's the other side of the coin that is this matchup, right? If TestYourLuck is gonna win, it's gonna be an explosive dub where you're just like, how did they even die? Yeah, we need all of these limbs just to be able to get the blood back. That 5H may be a big difference maker here, earning that little bit of extra blood back, and you can see how much TestYourLuck is really relying on these really long range pokes to try to manage their blood gauge, but
that might be it. One vision, not gonna pop it just yet. That doesn't even need to pop it. Just goes for the damage in the mix. Plenty to be done there. Set point now here for LeatherMuncher. And look at the blood gauge, Brad. It's already into that deep level 2. And it's still going up. That Fukio into the immediate throwaway means that you are, again, checkmated.
Yeah. This is a wrap, frankly. It doesn't matter what LeatherMuncher has. We've got the damage here because we should be able to break that wall. It's not going to matter. We had the burst, and it is going to be punished. LeatherMuncher takes that. Any of these counter pokes that Itachi's Legacy is throwing out. Wow, the patience to wait for the kite, but still comes down with a button, does Itachi's Legacy. Are we going to stay same side? Yes, we are. We're going to go for the throw on the reset. A second throw? That was going to be 3.
Yes. You always go for 3.